family network, and you touched on it, the family network that I had when I was with municipal police was fantastic. But I can tell you that the difference, and that's not knocking that, the difference when I became part of the sheriff family, and that difference was uncomparable.
Yeah.
There are several in this room that we've been here for each other on terrible times or difficult times that phone call picked up, and they were there. They were there quicker than family or people that lived in town, standing in your driveway or knocking at your door saying, what do you need me to do? Or you're struggling through that time or that call that you're handling something, you just needed to hear that ear or bounce an idea from them. But this is a tighter family. I think the uniqueness of being the fact of the sheriff, we are picked by the people. We're not picked by a random board or a hiring committee.
Mm-hmm.
We're picked by our peers.
Yep.
And they're selecting us to say, we trust you. We believe in you for what you're telling us we can do or you can do for us. Or you have shown me thus far what you've done in your career that we know we want to see you move us forward, and we trust you to keep us safe or to make our community better.
To face the public safety problems
Yes.
in your area.
So not every position of sheriff for the 67 counties are all elected. There are some that are appointed. But the majority, I believe, and I don't want to speak a number, an ill number, I believe it's 3, but it's only a few that are appointed in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The rest are elected in, but not all are elected. But whether elected or appointed, it falls down to understanding our role and what we can do. And a lot of our role starting first with our DAs. We need to work with our DAs on whether or not the DA recognizes our office and says, I support and believe that you can do, whether it's criminal action, traffic. They obviously know we can do the civil, but there are some limitations in some counties. In some counties, you have DAs that as they view legislation as it's wrote, and their interpretation is, yes, I want you to do this. And they in many counties are a valuable source that they need to use for helping with investigations or with as an assist or handling directly the criminal arrest. And in some counties, the DA or the sheriff who for reasons whether it can't work through because the DA won't approve it or doesn't view it as having that authority, but for various reasons it comes across as not being able to do certain functions, maybe not by choice, but just because the factors aren't there to be able to allow them to do it. And then you have some, again, that are fortunate, and like I'm being one of them. I know several of us here that we do a lot of our active roles, but there are some limitations when we're out that we can't do those in-depth investigations. And so that's something that I think in the community when we talk to them, when we tell them that, they don't understand that, and it confuses them because they think, well, if you're there and you're doing it, I don't know why you can't do it.
I can say as a new sheriff, that was the one thing I found very hard to understand. People would come and say, you're the chief law enforcement officer of the county. I need you to do this, I need you to do that. They're doing something here, we need investigative help. And you're trying to explain to them exactly what our authority is and what we can do. Sometimes it was, again, I still am trying to learn the ins and outs of it because to me it is kind of strange that, that we don't have the authority.
One of the other things, as being an elected official, we run our office as what we believe the law is, and as we see fit and what our necessities are. Obviously keeping in mind that we're abiding by the law and that we're abiding by the Constitution, and commonly known as our 1620 rights. And under those rights, it is very unique that when I was with the police department as chief of police, I fell under the reign of directly the mayor and then indirectly council.
Council.
And so they got to determine a lot of things and then come back to tell me, yes, you can, or no, you can't. So the unique thing with the sheriff's offices, under those elected official rights, is that we run our offices. And
the people are our bosses, not the commissioner.
That's right.
Correct.
Not,
Which
you
is
know,
what
I
I-
reminded our old ones of that.
Yeah, and our commissioners sometimes will come in and they'll have suggestions, and there are people a lot of times that, well, I want to know who they didn't like a decision we made. Well, I want to know who to talk to. Who's your boss? Well, you are.
Yeah.
What? Well, no. Who else? Call commissioner. You can call the commissioners, but they don't run my office.
Right.
Right, right.
And that's the nice thing about it. And when you said office, and sometimes we get that confusion, don't we, about sheriff? You hear sheriff's department, and I educate them. I'm not a department. This is not a sheriff's department. We're an office. This is an elected position. This is an office, not a department. A department, by definition, is going to be your subordinate of some government entity.
Yes.
We are not that. When you have your office, like you said, the county code 1620 rights, we run our office how we see fit. We follow the Pennsylvania state constitution, United States Constitution, statutory law, and then constituents, right? The people. We are accountable to the people of our county, period.